Awakening is a change in sense of identity. So we may feel that there's a someone here, that someone is a collection of thoughts. With no thought, there's no someone. Those thoughts can be preferences, values, expectations, duties. But without any of those thoughts, there's no person. So you may have experienced this in many times when you're lost your identity, or it could be simply in small moments when you've lost a portion of your identity. For example, maybe you ended a job, and up until that point you were somebody who had to achieve something, and now you don't. Or you ended a relationship. Up until that point you were somebody who had to please someone else, and now you don't. Or you simply redirected your life. Up until then you were somebody who had to be somewhere or attain something, and now you don't. So in any of those moments, there's a spontaneous, new, unpredictable arising. And when we've lost all the thoughts, or set aside all the thoughts about what we are, what we have to be, there's a being arising, and it turns out moving. With no controlling, just relaxing, there will be a spontaneous getting up out of bed. There will be a spontaneous going to get something to eat or drink. There will be a spontaneous answering the phone or getting in the car. This sort of wisdom may pull in thoughts to help organize something, but this spontaneity is primary. You can feel the spontaneity. You can feel that it doesn't rely on known predecessors. There's a spontaneity that just is here and is here and is here. This spontaneity is not attached to thoughts. So as thoughts come and change, it can just relax. There's the thought that I have to meet some whatever, some standard. My life has to meet some standard. My home, the condition of my car, the condition of people in my life have to meet some standard. Basically, that's what a lot of thoughts are. Problem solving to reach a standard. And we consider that standard to be perfect for us. But the spontaneity ends up taking over. We make a plan. We think we're going to be at the gym for so many days a week, or we think we're going to eat a certain thing, or we think we're going to complete a certain project, or it could be we're already acting spontaneously, but we're controlling more on the inside. We think we're going to feel relaxed. We think we're going to feel connected. We think we're going to feel open. We think we're going to feel appreciated, whatever it is. We're kind of negotiating through life to get to that feeling state, because that's the perfection. But the feeling states keep changing, and the spontaneity keeps moving us in unplanned ways. We talk to someone we weren't planning to talk to. We sense an experience of feeling or emotion we weren't planning to sense. And the spontaneity moves forward. Our our conditioning can retreat, try to understand, protect, change course, but somehow the spontaneity keeps going forward into the next experience, into the next experience. Awakening is when that moving forward is known as the inevitable what we are. Nothing has changed. This spontaneity has actually been what's moving us all the time. Nothing has changed. Just sort of noticing of what's been there all the time. So the dialogue is reflecting on the past, trying to evaluate those experiences or anticipate the experiences of the future. That's the evaluating doing its thing. And we thought that the evaluating, the values, the preferences, the strategizing was what we were. But it turns out this spontaneous flowing into the next moment, into the next moment, into the next moment is what we are. And as we relax, because we start to realize it's always going to flow into the next moment. Our controller is not going to be able to reshape the past. Our controller is not going to be able to make the future. It never has. Then the mind is simply just a tool, a commentary, something that adds a interpretation of constriction, adds an interpretation of opening, adds an interpretation of becoming closer to someone else or becoming more distant from someone else. It's one spontaneous movement. The dancers are in a single dance, regardless of their position. We're in a single dance. So how do we relax into this spontaneous, inevitable movement? It's happening, it's what we are, it's inevitable. And the commentary wants to keep manipulating and managing and preferring. Well, this spontaneous moving forward is what we sense in meditation, because we feel the aliveness present in each moment. We rest as the aliveness present in each moment. And we notice that it's okay. There's wellness already here. So that's one great thing. We meditate and we actually rest as this spontaneous moving forward, moving forward, moving forward. Effortlessly. Meditation is not another way of control. It's simply noticing what we already always have been. By pausing the management and just noticing the spontaneous moving forward. And what's the other thing we can do? Look at the managing thoughts and inquire, understand them. Allow them to unravel. They want to. It's so much work to do all that thinking and managing. We want to let them unravel. So we can decondition. We can simply start questioning and understanding. And when we understand them well, we see the pain they cause and they fall away of their own. When we understand our thoughts, we see the pain they cause and they fall away on their own. And what is left? The spontaneous going forward, the spontaneous going forward that we've always been. So 2 practices simply. Rest as this awareness, as this spontaneous moving forward. And then notice all the work of the extra thoughts of identity. Notice the weight of them. Sure, maybe they don't all seem heavy and weighted at the moment. Okay, start with the ones that do. Just start. Start with the ones that do. So, from my experience, there's something that is inevitable in every moment. It may look like there's some problem, or there may look like there's some choice, but as I just sit and attune to what is here, there's just apparently something calling the most strongly into the next moment. And that's where this goes. And then the commentary may or may not arise. And if the commentary is enjoying this, fabulous. If the commentary is trying to assert a correction, assert a problem, I just check and see, well, is the spontaneous movement wanting to turn or do something here? Or is this just weighted concern? And I won't know until actually the concern is gone, and then I can see if the spontaneous movement wants to move. So I use inquiry. Just check and see, is this concern really anything valid? Is it a condition that I'm attached to, a circumstance I'm attached to? Is it imagining some kind of enslavement to the perfect circumstance, to the perfect person, to the perfect environment or relationship? Or because the spontaneous going forward is what is what is. And the enslavement is just too heavy. So, okay, then maybe there's actually something better than that perfect condition. Maybe there's something else. So I love mind twisters, brain benders, whatever they are called. It feels like that. It just feels like, oh, maybe I have to see this from a different angle and see how this right now is the perfect starting point for the next moment. Am I learning something? Am I being called to draw on an inner resource I didn't know I had? Am I gaining compassion? Am I having an opportunity for courage and strength? Whatever is happening, I can feel that this thing is going forward. Apparently, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. This thing is going forward. And inquiry helps that idea of perfection to dissolve back into this thing going forward. So this awakening is not something that happens in the past, doesn't happen in the future. It's a moment by moment noticing this that we always are, the spontaneous moving forward. And noticing that the thoughts are not what I am. And that idea of perfection is fabricated, trumped up, at best. Enslavement is really what it feels like. And instead, as those thoughts can be seen as so weighty, I can check and see, well, what else is available? Is there the strength to just go forward? Apparently there is, because I'm going forward into the next moment, into the next moment. And moment by moment, that's awakeness.